some really good knowledge of it. And for our options, and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're not sure, currently not marketing their classes yet. I'm still working as an independent tutor, just getting started, lack of information, reaching specific audiences, and I haven't started marketing yet. And from here, the least familiar is both between Xiaohongshu and WeChat. So they want to find out as much information about both. And questions that they did ask is, what is the best camera to teach online if you're just starting out? I definitely say an HD camera, no matter what kind it is. HD is probably best. And what type of content is most effective and how to get students from these platforms. And that's just about it. Those are the questions that we have. So if you want to start, Yan.
Yeah, I'm all ready. Okay, so welcome everybody to our webinar today. I will be sharing everything of my knowledge, how you can get students in China using the Chinese social media. So I'm going to present it now. Hopefully everybody can see it. Can you give me a thumb up if you can see my presentation? Great, fantastic. So today, that's the content, what we're going to talk about. First of all, a step-by-step guide, how to use Red Note or Xiaohongshu in Chinese to get students. And secondly, we will talk about the tutoring platform to use in the Chinese market, and then do's and don'ts in the Chinese market. If we have time, we can also let everybody Q&A to answer some questions. So just some background about myself. Who am I? I'm Chinese, as you might have noticed. So I'm raised up in Shanghai, China, currently based in London. I have a master from Harvard in education, and I've been an online tutor for 9 years. I've been tutoring mainly Chinese students, and I've taught more than 800 students in the past 9 years. And also, I'm the co-founder CEO of Masterclass, which Brenda has briefly mentioned previously. It is an all-in-one online tutoring platform to gamify learning and streamline tutoring. And that's the pet that Brenda was talking about. Masterclass features a pet development game where the students can raise, feed, evolve a digital pet by doing online classes. And finally, I'm also an online influencer on both Red Note and Bilibili. So on these two platforms, I have accumulated more than 66,000 followers and millions of views. So today I will be sharing with you how I get so many followers and how I grow my tutoring business on the Chinese social media. All right, so without further ado, let's talk about how to use Chinese social media to get students in China. So first of all, for those, I see 4 out of 7 of you who answered the poll said you have no idea about Red Note or Xiaohongshu. So basically, it is a Chinese counterpart of Instagram. Okay, so China has the Great Firewall. In case you don't know, that bans a lot of foreign websites and apps. So unless people have a VPN, they don't have access to Facebook or Instagram, etc. Instead, people use literate book, okay, to get information, to get entertainment, etc. So that is one of the best places for you to advertise yourself, okay, to promote your tutoring service and to get students organically through the social media. And then in terms of how to get started with Literat's book, just go to your app store and then search Red Note. Okay, I think that's the English name, Red Note. And then that is the app, okay, that might pop up. And recently, yeah, with the TikTok refugee, I think that's the #1 downloaded app in the US. So you can easily find it. And once you download it, I would recommend you to log in with your mobile phone, because anyways, you need to verify your phone number in the later process. So it's easiest, okay, for you to log in with your mobile phone. So that is how you get started with the app. And the next step, once you get your account set up, the next thing to do is to set up your profile. So this is my profile for Red Note. As you see, there are several parts you need to pay attention to. #1 is your profile picture. Okay, so I would recommend you to use your own picture, so that is more genuine. If you're an independent tutor, yeah, your own picture, better to be more professional. If you are a tutoring business with a team of tutors, so probably you can use your business logo. And then the second thing is to change your name, okay? So here, the name is very important for the people to know what you do instantly. So better to use Chinese if you can. Like, for example, this is an example, okay? Yan, that's my name, and Harvard, that is my credential, and what I do, I'm an English tutor, okay? So literally translation of this name is Yan Harvard English teacher. So the more explicit your name is, the better for the audience to identify who you are, okay? So your name also matters. And next, if you're a tutoring business, you can just use your business name. That's fine as well. So just for the Chinese people to understand what you do, yeah, I think it's better to use Chinese if you can. And the next part is your bio, okay? So that is the like paragraph of description under your profile picture. So here again, I would recommend you to add several things. Number one, your education qualifications, okay? So for me, yeah, I'm a graduate from Harvard, so that is a big selling point of my tutoring. And secondly, your teaching experience, how many years of tutoring experience you have, what kind of tutoring results you have achieved in the past few years. For example, you've helped, I don't know, 1,000 students, okay? And what you can share on your channel. So you can say, you can share some tips of preparing some exams or book recommendations, whatever. So that kind of gives the audience very clear idea what kind of value, okay, they can get from following you. So these are some of the bio info you can include. And then if you're a tutoring academy, like a business, again, your qualification, what kind of courses you offer, okay? Your results and successful cases and what you share on your channel. So basically make it very explicit who you are and what kind of results, achievements you have, why people should follow you, right? What kind of value does your channel deliver? So these are some of the most important information you need to include in your bio. So that's the second step you need to do after you set up your account. And the next one, just an example, this is from an academy, okay, what they do for the first post. So basically a very appealing, clear cover as the post cover. And then people might be attracted and then click on it to know more about your tutoring business. And the next post you can do is the courses you provide your team, if your academy, your successful cases, and your content details. So again, when you share your WeChat or content details, it can be very tricky on Xiaohongshu, on RedNote. The main reason is because they heavily supervise that. Okay, they don't want people to move away from Little Red Book to WeChat, for example. So in order to leave your contact, you can do it in a very implicit way. So in this case, they put the WeChat ID on this picture. Okay, so it doesn't seem to be very explicit. That is your WeChat ID. So in this way, yeah, the platform might not detect that. That's one of the examples how you can implicitly share your contact detail with your leads, okay, with your potential clients. And later, I will share with you some other ways to share the content because that's the most important step, how you can convert potential clients from RedNote to WeChat. And the next one, sorry, this is an example of an introduction of yourself, okay? So as an independent tutor, I would also recommend you to record an intro video to post on your RedNote to introduce yourself. So here I'm going to show you an example which has thousands of likes, probably tens of thousands of views as well, to give you a sense what kind of introduction video you can record. Okay.
You have to share sound.
Can you hear? Oh, okay, I didn't share the sound. Okay, let me do again. Okay, hopefully this time can work.
Hi, my name is Amy and I am an English teacher from Cape Town, South Africa. I have over 4 years experience working with learners from all ages, from 4-year-olds all the way up to fully grown adults. And I also have my TEFL certification. I was also a copywriter for over 5 years, so I can easily help you with your grammar, your language, and your reading and writing skills. My teaching philosophy is that each learner is unique and learns at their own pace, and this is something that I bring to every lesson of mine. I hope that we can work together and that I will hear from you soon.
Okay, so that is an example what kind of intro video you can record to introduce yourself. Since now with the TikTok refugee issue, a lot of people are actually looking for English tutors actively on RedNote. So it will be really, really helpful if you have an intro video of yourself to talk about your experience, what kind of service you can offer to help the learners. Yeah. So next one is some recommended content, okay, to post on your Little Red Book channel. So as I already mentioned before, the introduction is the key for the audience to directly get to know you. Yeah, once they click on your profile, they can know what you do. And then I would recommend everybody to pin this introduction post at the top. Okay, so in the future, when you post more content, the introduction will still stick at the top. It will not go away. Okay, so that's something you can do as well, set at top. And next one, when you are posting content, definitely include some tags. Okay, so for the Little Red Book traffic, how they can recommend content to people, it's through the tags. Yeah, just like Instagram, you use hashtag, right, to search keywords, etc. So it's very important for you to add tags of keywords for people to find your content easily. Okay, so definitely put some tags, and it will be better to put the tags in Chinese. Okay, again, you can do this easily on ChatGPT to translate your tag in English to Chinese and then put it on Little Red Book. So that's one of the best ways for the audience to search for you, okay, to search you, to find you. And the next one is the cover. So I would say the post cover is probably one of the most important things to get traffic, because when the people are scrolling on their RedNote, what would catch their eyes first? That is the cover, right? So if your cover is not appealing, then it's likely they won't click on it and then see the rest of the content. So that's why the post cover is so important. And here I will give you some tips how you can create a clear and appealing cover. So first of all, in terms of the cover ratio, it's better to be a portrait, okay? So there are two types of ratio. One is the landscape one, and the other is portrait. But for portrait, it usually takes a larger area, okay, on the screen. So I would recommend everybody to use this portrait ratio. And the next thing is to have very clear title, okay, like the captions on your post. What is this post about? Okay, so you can use, for example, in this screenshot, this is one of my most popular posts ever on RedNote. As you see, it has almost 500,000 views and 57,000 views. So I put it very clear on this post cover. So what you see on the screen, the Chinese says, 1 minute challenge speaking 6 languages. Yeah, so that's what I did in this post. I spoke 6 languages in 1 minute, and a lot of people click through it. Maybe they're curious. Anyway, so that's what you need to do, okay, on your post cover, to have a very clear and appealing caption on it. And it's better to be in Chinese. Again, just to appeal to most of Chinese audience. You can just, again, translate to Chinese and put it on your cover. And the next one, I would recommend you to use your own photo. It can add more personal touch, more credibility, okay? Instead of just a picture of words, your photo with the words together can actually capture more people's attention. And below this cover, you will see there's another post title, okay, the post title. So for that, you can expand on it a little bit. Again, it should be appealing enough, okay, the title for people to click on it. So that is the most important thing, okay, when you are posting new content. The post cover and the title, they determine whether people want to click on it. So that's the first thing you need to think about, how you can create an appealing cover. And these are more examples of some other content I took from RedNote. As you see, for every one of them, yeah, they have the real person picture, right? So add more genuinity or personality, etc. And then very clear Chinese caption. Okay, Chinese caption. What is about? What is the post about? So these are some of the things you can do as well for your post to get more traffic and attention. All right. And the next one, in terms of tools, what kind of tools you can use to make your post a cover, to make your video, etc. So I'm going to recommend some of the tools. They're free. Okay, they're all free. The first one is Canva. I use Canva all the time to create the cover. Yeah, the cover for my posts. So you can just choose this one, poster, portrait. So that is the size, okay, of the Little Red Book portrait size. So you can just use this one and then put your picture. You can maybe screenshot one frame of your video and then add some captions on it. So it's very easy to create a post. And for the video tips, okay, so again, since most of people will see your content on their mobile phone, so it's best to be a portrait as well, okay, for the video. Yeah, I don't recommend a landscape video since it will be very small on a small screen. So best to be portrait. And then bilingual subtitle. Again, this is so important to appeal to the Chinese audience. Most of them probably don't speak English well. Okay, so if you only have English in your video, probably it doesn't have very good reception in the Chinese market. So I would highly recommend you to use ChatGPT to translate your video into Chinese as well. Okay, so bilingual subtitle. And third thing, best to show your face. Again, you're a tutor, so parents need to know you. Right? So it's better for you to show your face directly in the videos to build the connection. And the fourth thing, clean background, no noise. Okay, no background noise. For the length of the video, I would recommend everyone to make it as short as possible. Okay, less than 2 minutes will be the ideal length. Yeah, definitely don't make a video 5 minutes. That would be too long. Most of the people are not patient to watch the whole video. So keep it short, concise, and add sound effects if you can. Okay, some background music for like more make it easier to watch, and emojis for better viewing experience. Yeah, so these are some of the things you can add to make your video more appealing for the audience. Next, I'm going to introduce you a free video editing tool, which is called CapCut. Okay, I use CapCut for all of my video editing. It is free to use. It has some paid features, but I think the free version is definitely more than enough. Yeah, for most of the functions, to add captions, to add background music, to add emoji, etc. The free version is more than enough. So CapCut is the video editing tool. Okay, you can try. I think it has a web app version, so no need to download. But I would recommend you to use the desktop version. Yeah, it's just easier to add it, to export, etc. So that is another tool you can use to edit your videos. And then next, about the content. Okay, what kind of content you can put on your Red Note channel? So there are several things. First of all, I do want to make a disclaimer. Please don't put too commercial content, because it's likely that this kind of content will be limited. Yeah, this kind of traffic, your traffic will definitely be limited if your content is too commercial. The platform would review every post, okay, every post. If it detects it's too commercial, it limits the traffic. So I would definitely recommend everyone to share more like value-based content instead of make it too commercial. So some examples. Number one, content related to your tutoring service, right? So if you're an English tutor, you can share a ton of English-related content. So for example, there are a lot of like popular videos about, okay, how to say like a picture. And then after a few seconds of timer, and it reveals the answer. Yeah, so this kind of video is very popular. I've seen a lot of people posting this kind of video, and it get a lot of views as well. So if you're an English tutor, it's very easy to share a lot of English-related content to teach users. And next one, clips of your lessons, right? Since you're an online English tutor, parents probably want to see your teaching style. So you can also post some clips of your lessons. So definitely recordings. Yeah, recordings of your lessons. You can just crop 1 minute, something like that. The best moment to show how excited your students are and how interesting your lesson is. So this kind of content, you can just crop 1 minute and then upload it. Next thing is book recommendations. Again, if you're an English tutor, you teach reading, you teach writing, you can recommend a lot of books, right? Usually this kind of content also has a lot of saves. And next one, practical exam preparation tips. If you help students prepare exams, you can do that too. Okay, share a lot of tips how to prepare IELTS, TOEFL, whatever exams you can help with. Resource sharing, so it can again include a lot of resources, how to prepare GCSE, how to prepare A-level, what kind of resources the parents can use, etc. The resource one can also be a lot of saves, likes, etc. And finally, if you're helping students to go to some schools, application, whatever, you can also share some tips around this topic. So I would highly recommend everyone to make your content value-based. Okay, value-based. So people might follow you in order to get more content in the future. So these are some examples of content you can share on your Red Note channel. And the next one, I will show you how you can check the data, okay, the analytics, how you can analyze whether you're getting enough traffic, how you can maybe learn from the data and then have better posts in the future. So the first one is very direct on your homepage, okay, the posted data. So here, first of all, you can see the number of views. That's the icon. You can see how many views you have, how many numbers of likes you have, how many numbers of saves you have, how many comments you have. Okay, so these are very straightforward. Yeah, it's in English as well. So you can directly see the direct engagement data, the engagement data of every post you have. And the next one, this is more advanced data. Okay, this is more thorough. So the way to find this data is to, again, this is me page. Okay, it's on me page. And then click on this button. Yeah, this button. And then you will find Creator Center. And then once you click on it, you will see the last 7-day data. Okay, last 7-day data. So here you can see new followers, visitors, how many visitors visited your homepage, the views, the interactions, etc. Okay, and then if you click on it, you will see again a more detailed analysis. Yeah, how it changes over time, etc. So definitely check the data to have a very good understanding of your engagement. Okay, your engagement. Next one, tips of using Red Notes. In terms of the updating frequency, I would recommend at least 3 posts per week. Okay, the more frequent you post, the more likely you can get exposed and the faster you can get followers. So I would recommend you to again use Canva to make very short content in a batch. Okay, so you have a storage that you can share frequently. Yeah, so that can also save you a lot of mental workload. Definitely have a storage that can help you a lot. And then include Chinese or bilingual texts in your post. As I mentioned before, most of your audience, they might not speak English very well. So having the Chinese captions can help them a lot, okay, to engage your content better. And then lastly, I will share with you a formula, okay, how the platform calculates the engagement score. And the engagement score directly decides the traffic of your posts, okay? So what are the key data you need to pay attention to? So the community engagement score equals the number of likes, and the weight is only 1 point, okay? Number of likes, only 1 point weight. Number of saves, it's also 1 point weight. The comment is the key. So the more comment you have, the more likely your post will be pushed to other people. So the number of comment, the weight is 4. And then number of reposts, number of new followers from this post, it is 8. So that is the most important metrics, okay, to get more traffic for your account. Number of reposts, number of followers, and number of comments. Yeah, these are the most important thing. So in order to get more traffic, you can probably post it around to ask your friends to give you some comments or to repost. So that can add more community engagement score, okay, to your post. And then you're more likely to be pushed to other people. So that is the formula, how the platform calculates it and then determines the traffic. Okay. All right. Next part, I want to talk about WeChat. Yeah, so I see also half of you don't know WeChat yet, and that is absolutely one of the most important app you need to download. Why? Because that is just like WhatsApp. Yeah, in the non-Chinese world. So basically, WeChat is the everyday communication app in China. Everybody uses WeChat. Okay, even if you get clients from Little Red Book, you cannot do transaction there. You need to divert them to WeChat in order to get paid. Yeah, so you definitely need to download the WeChat on your phone to communicate with the clients, to get paid, etc. It should all happen on WeChat, okay, not on Little Red Book, because it will again limit the message, and even it can ban your account. Yeah, it can ban your account if you directly share your WeChat number. So how to divert users to WeChat? That's probably another very, very important question, right? So the first method is to register a business account, okay? So if you have a business account, then you can have business trading directly on Little Red Book. It wouldn't limit your traffic, because business account, the purpose is to get clients, right? So that's why a business account can be much more powerful than a personal account. I will also talk about the difference between a business account and a personal account in the next slide. So if you don't have a business account, the platform strictly monitors the private chat and it blocks the commercial messages. So for example, you're sharing your WeChat details, you're sharing the fee, the tuition of your service. These kind of messages will be blocked, okay? So the users won't actually receive the messages. So it's better to divert users to WeChat. So that's the best way actually to register a business account. And in order to register a business account, you need to have a business license. Okay? You need to have a business license, a limited company license. However, Little Red Book also blocks messages that explicitly divert users to WeChat. So you cannot mention the word 微信, which is Chinese, WeChat, or the English word WeChat directly. Again, this kind of messages will be banned, will be blocked. Instead, try some acronyms. Okay, acronyms like VX. It's kind of like a acronym for WeChat, or a green heart, okay, because WeChat is green. Yeah, that icon is green. So everybody understands this icon means WeChat. So definitely try to use some implicit way to divert people to WeChat. Again, this might happen on if you don't have a business account, the platform can still ban this kind of message. So that's why I mentioned if you have a business account, that's actually the best way for you to divert users from the platform to WeChat. And the next one, the difference between personal account and business account. So by definition, a personal account is just a regular user account. It's not for trading. It's not for commercial purposes, okay? And a business account, yeah, it is for business. So it's very clear the difference. And then verification conditions, yeah, for a personal account, anybody can register. There's no specific requirements. But if you want to register a business account, you need to have a business license, as I mentioned before, and also 600 RMB. So it's around 100 or $90. Yeah, 90 US dollars for 1 year review fee. Okay, so this fee is paid to Red Note directly. Yeah, in order to get the license, you need to pay that 600. And then the rights, the features, okay, as a business account, you can get personalized homepage, search priority. That means if people search some keywords, the content from a business account will be prioritized in their search. Yeah, they will appear first and then a personal account. Content column, advertising tools, video promotion, etc. So yeah, it has much more benefits than a personal account, because it is used for trading, for generating clients, etc. And then in terms of private message limit, a personal account only has 10, okay, 10 messages per day to a stranger. And then a business one has 20 messages per day. Yeah, so you can message more people if you have a business account. Next one, the data analysis. Yeah, for the enterprise business account, it has more comprehensive data analysis. Follower images, so you can have a better idea about the persona. Okay, what kind of people are following you, the traffic source distribution, follower tag distribution, etc. Yeah, so it has more data analysis for you to better understand your audience. The cost, yeah, as I said, the business one would cost 600 RMB, which is around $90. And suggested use, business account is for business or creators promoting your brand and conducting commercial activities. Okay, so that is the difference between the personal account and business account. Next one, I want to talk about how to divert users to WeChat. As I said, the business account is the best way. So it has a lot of more like powers and rights. Another way, if you don't have a business license to register a business account, that's maybe another way for you to divert people implicitly. So you can put your WeChat ID on your top post. Okay, don't make it very explicit. Otherwise, the platform can directly ban it or block this post. And then once you have inquiries, you can send this post to people. Yeah, and then they will understand that is your WeChat. Another way is to send a screenshot of your WeChat Me page because it has the Weixin, the WeChat ID here. So you can also send the image. So the platform detects the images much worse than texts. Yeah, so if you want, you can also send images to the potential clients. All right. And the next one, in terms of WeChat, there is a challenge to overcome. So not everybody can directly get an account. You need to have an existing WeChat user to verify your account in order to complete the registration. Okay, so when you download WeChat, when you sign up for a new account, you will see a QR form, a QR code like this. So you need to ask another one who already has a WeChat for, I think, 3 months or so to verify your account. Otherwise, you cannot get a WeChat account by yourself. Okay, so feel free to contact us and we can help you verify your WeChat account for free if you don't have a WeChat account yet. All right, so next one, I want to talk about which tutoring platform to use in the Chinese market. And here, I don't know whether some of you can identify with this picture here. Teachers in offline classes, you feel like, yeah, everybody stop talking. Whereas when it comes to online tutoring, you might feel like, hey guys, please say something. It's so quiet, right? So that is my class, my tutoring, like previously, before I created a fun class. I just feel so frustrated sometimes. The students are constantly get distracted in the class, going to other websites, and when I ask a question, nobody replies. Yeah, so I was like this helpless little dog on the right-hand side. So I also want to say that the platform you use matters and can become your differentiator. If everybody is using Zoom, then probably it's very difficult to stand out, right? And also Zoom doesn't work very well in China. I have a lot of students complaining that they can't see the image very clearly on Zoom without a VPN. And everybody knows it's built for corporate business. It's not built for online learning. So yeah, Zoom is not the best platform to use. And finally, I think most people think parents are the customer, right? The person who pays, but actually children's decision matters more than the parents' decision because a lot of times, based on my personal experience, the parents really wanted to sign up their kids to my courses, but the students said no. Then the parent would say, I'm sorry, yeah, I really want to have your course, but my child doesn't want. So as a result, they don't sign up. So the children's decision actually matters more than the parents' decision. So that's why choosing the right platform to engage kids is so important. And here, let's say have a dream scenario. Okay, so what if you can have everything in one place and save hundreds of subscription fees every year, right? As an online tutor, it's likely that you're using so many different platforms. You use Zoom, then you use Google Classroom, you use email, use WeChat, whatever, like so many different platforms. And what if you can increase your student retention rate up to 35%? And you can also save 30 plus hours per month by automating a lot of your tasks, right? Like sending homework, giving student feedback, etc. All of these admin tasks. And most importantly, you should have a dedicated China server to reach the Chinese market. So that would be our dream scenario. And I would say the platform Fun Class does that. Yeah, it is an all-in-one gamified online tutoring platform designed to boost student engagement and a streamline your tutoring business. So there are two biggest differentiators of Fun Class from any other platforms out there. Number one, it has a gamified virtual classroom to increase student engagement and conversion rate. So as Brenda briefly mentioned at the beginning, the pet, yes, that's kind of the best tool to engage young learners in your class. They are so excited when they get the rewards. They're so excited to see the pet hatch, to see the pet grow, etc. Yeah, it's just a game changer when it comes to online tutoring.
Also for the teachers, because we have our own little room set up somewhere else, so we could all get pets too. We all have it on different emails, so yeah.
So
We like pets too.
how many people when Brenda started talking was like, what is she talking about having a pet unicorn? Because she's over there babbling, and I was like, oh my goodness, they have no idea what she's even talking about because they don't have fun class. So
Yeah.
I'm like,
Okay, I
this
B
lady's
for babbling.
crazy. She thinks she has a pet unicorn.
Yeah.
I have one over there too. I still get them over there. Get two pet unicorns.
So that is the pet about. Okay, so now I think everybody has more context what Brenda was talking about. And in addition to the pet, there is also a comprehensive learning management system. Okay, so you can directly use FunClass to assign homework, to give student feedback, to collect student feedback for your social promotion, and also the scheduling. And right now, FunClass is developing a payment system. So I know for a lot of tutors, getting paid from Chinese parents can be a huge headache, right? So FunClass is now developing this payment system so you can directly get paid on FunClass without resorting other more expensive ways to get paid. And in terms of the features, so this page has the gamification features, the pattern game, as we just mentioned, and in the class tools, you also have the leaderboard. If you're teaching group students, they can be ranked on a leaderboard, just like Duolingo. I think everybody is obsessed with the leaderboard concept. And also the gamified quizzes, you can directly create quizzes on FunClass without using Kahoot or other quiz tools. So it's kind of like a monster battle game. The students can answer the quiz questions to battle a monster. If they get it right, they can get points and attack the monster. If they got it wrong, then the monster would attack the pet. Okay. And finally, we also have the co-browser feature that can unlock any online games or web-based curriculum. So unlike sharing screen, you can use the co-browsers. The students can directly click, drag and drop on your screen as well. Okay, so it's much more engaging and interactive than just sharing screen. And next one is about the learning management system. So as I mentioned, FunClass has a calendar tool, so students can directly schedule lessons. You can reschedule it if you want on this calendar. Homework assignment, you can directly assign homework, share resources. Students can download and upload their homework for you to grade. You can give feedback, you can give points. So that's how Brenda actually make her own pet hatch in one day and grown to a full Pegasus. She gave herself, I don't know, 20,000 points, something like that.
10,500. Gave myself homework and gave myself 10,500 points just to see how fast I could grow it.
Exactly. So that is the reward tool. You can incentivize the students to do more homework. I do have students who are now asking for homework because they want their pet to grow faster. They want to get points for their homework. And then that is the feedback tool. You can directly share feedback to students on FunClass, start rating, and then give a couple of sentences as feedback. Students can also leave you feedback on the platform. So you can screenshot it directly to share on your socials, kind of like a testimonials from your clients. And finally, as I said, we are currently developing the payment system so you can directly get paid from anybody on FunClass, okay, without using any other payment gateways. Okay.
Really quick, Anne.
Sure.
And when do you expect the payment? I know, but when do you expect the payment process?
She's like, I know. Well, see, at least you know to ask the question. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so I think it's probably coming in February. So next month, probably everybody can get access to the payment already. So I'm very excited about that feature. And then these are some of my student testimonials. So you can see that's a screenshot from FunClass. It's very straightforward, okay, to show the students' testimony on your socials. How the students love FunClass. They love carrying the pet. They feel like there's playing a game. And to be honest, I have seen my students so much more engaged on FunClass than the platform Zoom, for example. And then the teachers absolutely love FunClass as well. And so one of our best friends, Jay, he loves FunClass. He said the ability to use interactive lessons really skyrocketed the students' engagement in class. And you're really missing out if you're still doing the same old thing with Zoom, Google Meet, etc. And Abby also said so engaged students love it. It kind of reduced her admin time as she can directly upload her slides onto FunClass. So she doesn't need to worry about it anymore. And then she can no longer send links. So on FunClass, every student will have a dedicated student portal. They can directly sign in, join the class, no need for links anymore. Yeah, and for Chenming, yeah, she says a game changer, something she's been waiting for years. So in terms of price, right, you might ask, okay, how expensive this tool is. I would say it has a very, very cost-effective pricing. So I don't know what some of you are using Koala. It's $263 per year, and it only has the virtual classroom and the co-browser. And for Zoom, it's $160 per year, only virtual classroom, boring. But for Fun Class, with all of the features, as you see on the right-hand side, the starter plan is 115, even much cheaper than Zoom per year. And for the pro plan with no limit, absolutely no limit, okay? No limit for slides, no limit for co-browser, etc. It's $205 per year. And that is the amount of functions you can get with this price. And what is even more exciting is that if you sign up to Fun Class Annual Pro, you can get 6 months for free from Brenda's Young Learners curriculum. It worth $72. Okay, and you can get this curriculum for free for 6 months. And if you sign up today, today is the last day of our 30-day free trial. And after today, it will be reduced to 2-week, 14-day free trial. So this is the last call to get so many benefits. 6-month free lesson curriculum and 30-day free trial.
Okay, Can I interrupt really quick?
Sure.
Okay. So I would highly recommend, if you're looking to go independent, I would highly recommend jumping on the trial because you're not going to be charged until after 30 days. I didn't know today was the last day, so I'm going to have to send out a message to my email list about that too.
I thought it was the 15th, so
Yeah.
I had
We
already sent it out.
We extended, especially for today's webinar.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the last day today.
So if you go in and you get it for 30 days, within that first 30 days, this is the best. I want to give you the best way to do this, in my opinion. So go in, get that 30-day trial today. Okay. And then I would recommend that you go to the pro plan because then it's like it's going to be a one-time per year payment. So you won't have to worry about it for another year. So go in, you get the pro plan, you get the curriculum, and you have 30 days with curriculum and an all-in-one process, all-in-one system thing. You have 30 days to start getting students in. So you're basically, there's no other, there are very few businesses in the world where you can start your business for free. And this is how you can start your business for free. You're doing organic social media marketing on Xiaohongshu and WeChat, and you start your business for completely free. And then after the 30 days is up, you've already got income coming in. You've already prepaid for your services. Does that make sense? Sorry. I had to, well, it just makes, especially with 30 days, you have an entire month to start bringing in income. And with Brenda being overly generous and giving 6 months for free, then you have 6 months of curriculum for free as well. All right, I'll be quiet.
Exactly. And everybody can see the link in the chat, right? I think Brenda and Jillian have already posted the link to get this free trial.
And did you want me to share mine, or are you going to
you can
continue?
Quickly, definitely go ahead to tell more about your curriculum.
So I just wanted to give everybody a little update about what my curriculum is like, since I wasn't so clear about Fun Class at the beginning. I was so excited about it. I really truly believe in the product, and I've been using it faithfully, and it's grown my businesses, and I can make more demands on my prices because everything is included. So, for the parents, I'm just like, guess what? Everything's included. I don't, so you get your recording. And it's just, I love these feedbacks because it looks just like if you were on VIP Kid or anywhere else a long time ago, and they used to pop up at the end of the class. It takes 2 seconds to do 5 stars. And I say the same thing I did when I was teaching for VIP Kid. You want 5 apples? I get 5 apples. It's simple. You want 5 stars? I get 5 stars. And the kids all believe it. I guess I wasn't really, well, yeah. And I always give 5 stars anyway for the kids. So welcome to the future of teaching. Maximizing not only having your Fun Class Pro membership that has so much to offer, which is made exactly for online teaching, which we haven't really seen, there are other things out there, but this really matched what I wanted because I have control of my schedule. I have control. Everybody has their own sign up area. So I'm not going to have everybody jumping in at the same time. So my curriculum has 6 months free, which has 220 foundation lessons, and they're about 50 minutes because you can divide them in two for two small classes. And then I have what's my heart is the interactive stories, which have evolved, and there's about 183 leveled stories, and these are super interactive. The kids can move the characters around, and let me just get into a little bit more of it. Why fun class? Because not only do you have exclusive resources and tools, you've got the most adorable pets in the world. And they are so cute. And when the kids watch them grow, they're so excited. And she forgot to mention there's a store coming next month. All my kids are doing extra homework because they want to put a necklace on their pet. They want to put a hat on their pet. They want to go to a new land. They want to get a new pet. And the greatest thing is they have to earn those points, and we have unlimited amounts of points that we can give them. So you say give them for homework. I have a tier. You get your homework in early, I give you an extra 50 points. 50 points for on time, 100 points for early. If it's good and it's done right, you get 150 points. If it's birthday, Christmas, holiday, I may give you 300 points for that holiday, but you have to hand in your homework. So everybody, if I hand out the homework, it's coming back in like a day or two. And then you also have your built-in quiz maker, so you don't have to go anywhere else looking for quizzes. You can just throw it right in there. There's the collaborative board that is so much fun. You can take the pen, you can give them the pen. We've done shortcuts. We know how to copy things. You can put stars and emojis on other things. We have the co-browser and so much more. So we believe in fun class at Young Learners, and we believe in it so much that I even tried to give more, but she's like, no, 6 months is enough. I gave 6 months access because I think it's really great, and it goes hand in hand because we're in the same age group. I love young learners, and this is exactly what fun class is made for, our young learners. So we have our foundation and we have our interactive story curriculums. So what does this mean for you? You will have everything that you're going to need at your fingertips, built in, ready to go for your online business to grow and thrive in 2025. Our foundation curriculum, let me make this a little bit bigger as I'm showing all tabs and everything, has about 220, 50-minute lessons because you divide them up. And then we have, that's ideal for your pre-A1 to B1. It builds strong foundational skills. It's more teacher-led. The younger ones, I never like them to have the remote control, but if you want them to have it, they can. They can circle and do things on the screen. But it has a lot of songs in it, a lot of games, and a lot of animation already done for you. It's comprehensive, it follows, it's scaffold, and that's ideal for ages 4 to 12. But what I recommend is once they're around 6 years old, they've made it into past our one into A2, then move them over to the stories because they're going to have so much more fun. The stories are, I like how I wrote that. They are interactive, and it's an interactive story curriculum. They are leveled stories, and they have anywhere from having interactive games, animated characters that they can move and they can change storylines in, as well as the scenes. Then we have vocabulary, comprehension, speaking, STEAM, writing, more grammar. And in our latest stories, we have 12 different resources that come along with the presentation. So your presentation is one thing, but you're going to get a lot of other things that go with it. We also have the support group, and it's ideal for kids 6 to 12, but I do have older kids still using the material. So I have group classes for grades 1 through 6. I do grades 1 and 2 on one level, 3 and 4 on another level, 5 and 6 on the last level. So it's good for me because then we're all teaching the same thing at the same time, but everybody's leveled out and it's ready for the groups. So some of the resources that we do have a placement test. It's not as good as somebody else's. I know who she is. It's an average placement test. It only takes 25 minutes. It'll give you an idea of where to put them. Then we have free trial lesson ready made for you with a marketing letter you can send home so that the parents that are more likely to join your classes, and it's already, you can reword it the way you want, but we did that for you. We get stories. We have flashcards that are digital. We have some that are downloadable. We have stories that have video links. Video links are in YouTube and in Xiaohongshu. I don't have millions of views, but we have over 200,000 views on our learning channel. So our learning channel is doing really well. Our last video had 9,000, 10,000, and 13,000, but that was only because of the thumbnail. The story was great too, but when we saw the thumbnails, it's because, yeah, and you've influenced me. I've been wanting to go 3D for a while, but now as you can see, that is my student at the bottom. She calls herself Stevie the Sushi. So I made my student Stevie the Sushi down at the bottom. We also have workbooks, writing, speaking, grammar, and my favorite part is the STEAM project. What does regular schools usually cut out? What do public schools normally cut out? The arts. This is like the number one thing that they always take away from the kids. So I want to make sure that it's brought back in the classes. And today we did, I can show you them. I've probably done like 4 or 5 of them already. We had the making of Olaf because it's our winter theme, and we all made castles today. I've done them on the interactive whiteboard in fun class, and then we hand drew them as well. So we also have assessments, a feedback builder, which she has as well, and then we have one that you just tick, and you can just put the kid's picture on it, like drag them in or put their picture on it. So the best part is our lessons are student inspired. They are 100% student inspired, just the way Jan thinks. Because if the kids are having fun, they're going to want to stay in the lesson and they're going to keep coming back. Trust me, if the kid's miserable, parents will stop the class. If they're not miserable, they're going to keep coming. So we have our stories now are also adapted. So they have one-on-one and group lessons. I've been teaching groups now for probably a little over a year. So I've been starting to adapt the lessons for more for the groups, as well as because I'm doing fun class, I'm also adapting to have downloadable like PPTs of classwork so that it's big, not like the workbook, so that it works well in the class as well. So we can bounce back and forth between the interactive co-browser as well as the interactive collaborative board. And parent feedback and teacher feedback has also help us create the lessons. We also offer some professional placement and development courses. These are always free for everyone. One of our newest courses is Mastering Fun Class. We do video tutorials because we have the teacher official group, you have the official group, and we have a teacher community group, and we've been making tutorials. So I put all the tutorials together to make it into one course. So for Mastering Fun Class, people that use Genially, which is an interactive, like it's the one that I'm using now, but you can do a lot more with it. It's like Canva, but it's a lot more interactive. It has like tests, writing, everything you can do, and you can move things. And then we have Genially, teaching style, learning styles, and forever free trial as well. And there it is. That's my fun class pet. It used to be a little tiny unicorn, and it's huge now. I could give it another 10,000 points and see how much is it going to get old. Will it get old, Jan, if I give it 10,000 points?
Well, we will figure out. I'm not gonna spoil everyone now.
Okay. And yes, as you can see, I'm a little more nervous than Jan, and I even put the notes in front of me.
You did great.
All right, brilliant. I think we're almost at time, so I think it's better for everybody to ask some questions if you have. Yeah, because a lot of information today we presented, so probably everybody feel a little bit overwhelmed. So if you have any question about Little Red Book, Red Note, or Fun Class, or Young Learner Curriculum, feel free to ask now. You can just type in the chat, or since everybody's on Zoom, you can also unmute easily to ask questions.
I have a couple questions. Oh, somebody else.
Just a quick,
just a quick technical question. Oops, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Just because earlier you were saying about traffic being limited on Red Note Xiaohongshu, would you know what you're being limited if you're being throttled? They would tell you?
Exactly. They will send you a message in the message channel, and then you will see that your post is blocked for some reason. They will tell you why you're blocked. I think, Jillian, you have some experience with that, right? Would you like to share that?
No,
Has she been blocked?
No, I haven't had personal experience being blocked. I've had some of the people that I've been mentoring or coaching that have messaged me and said, hey, I've been blocked. But I did get my first no under review today. The reason that I had a no under review is because the TikTok refugee is that whole thing is like going crazy. And recently Xiaohongshu has hired a whole bunch of, I don't know exactly how much they expanded their team, but they have expanded their review team and they're doing more reviews on American accounts right now because there are so many accounts. And as you probably know, the things that are posted on TikTok are not generally always the same kind of content that would be acceptable for Xiaohongshu, considering that they have their own rules and regulations. So I did get a message today. It was in Chinese. I translated it. It said your account is under review for 4 hours. And you can expedite it. You get two expedites per month. So if you're posting and you really want something expedited, you can ask them to expedite it. And you can do that twice a month. Otherwise, you have to wait for the review. The review is not normally 4 hours, Jan said. Right now, it's just like insanity because there are so many accounts. But if you do something like, say you send a message and say you send your WeChat ID and the system realizes that you sent your WeChat ID to somebody or your email or something like that, you will also get a message in your account messages that says, hey, you did this on this date. This is a warning. Do not do that again. It will be in Chinese, but you will get a message that tells you if they catch you doing something too.
All of my stories go on review as well. I post stories that I make myself, and they usually go under review, not like my account, but the story post itself goes under review. And when I used to post at the very beginning, they weren't, but they are now. So it usually takes about 10 minutes only for my story to come back up.
It's going to be longer now because what was it like? Did somebody tell me 3 million people or something joined
Wow.
Xiaohongshu in like 2 days? Um,
And
yeah.
we have questions coming in as well. Somebody just asked, how much do I charge probably for, wait, how much do I do online tutors? How much do they earn in China? It's completely new to the topic. And my my answer to that question would be, what experience do you bring? How long have you been teaching? And it really depends. There's different tier countries as well in China. Some tier countries pay higher, some top tier pay higher amounts, lower tier pay lower amounts. I've been teaching online now for over 10 years, and I'll tell you, I don't have one set price for everywhere. It depends on which country I'm targeting. I could never charge my regular fee to a student in Bulgaria because that would equal probably so much, probably about a week, not a week's pay, maybe 2, 3 days pay. So it just depends on, like I said, the areas that you're looking at. I would probably ask Jillian and Jan what their opinions are.
Do you want to go first, Yan, and then I'll go because mine's going to be different than yours.
Yeah, so again, I totally agree with Brenda. It totally depends on your background, your qualification, your teaching experience, and it can vary a lot based on the families you target. So to give an example, for my tutoring, I charge around £60 per hour, one-to-one. That is my private tutoring price. And my clients, they are generally wealthier families. Yeah, so it largely depends on what kind of families you target, your background you tutoring, and that varies a lot. There's not like a specific amount. Okay, that is the amount of fee you can earn from the Chinese market. Yeah, it really depends. And I would say for entry tutors in China, I would say probably for one-to-one, $30 per hour is a good amount, yeah, to get started. And later, as you accumulate more experiences, you can probably raise your rate later. Yeah.
It's more than you make in a company too. I think $30, that's like
Oh,
to
for
some
sure.
companies.
For sure.
It
So
can't believe still $12 an hour.
my recommendation is going to be different from what they said. Um, because I feel that you need to figure out what you need to make to be comfortable and happy, and you need to work your way backwards from there, and that's what you earn in China. and I know that's like a really silly thing to say, but I really think that it's important. You cannot go out there and say like, oh, I'm a new teacher, so I'm only going to charge $5 an hour because somebody in the Philippines is charging $5 an hour. And I think
You'd
it's
never
really
survive in your
important
country.
to, that's why I did that reverse goal planning. If you was anybody with me last week for that, because you need to figure out what you need to make and not just wing it. Um, Anybody that is going to be your client needs to have respect for you to be able to feed yourself and clothe yourself and have housing over yourself. So if they do not, and they try to ask you more, then they're not your clients. So what I would recommend, figure out what you need to make per month, how many students you want to teach, how many hours. Well, let me put it this way: figure out what you need to make per month to be happy, how many hours you want to make, and then put that amount together. If you're having a really hard time getting students at that, so for example, say in order to meet that goal, you had to be charging $80 an hour, and you cannot charge $80 an hour, then I would highly recommend doing group lessons. So you can earn. I would also recommend that, and I'm going to tell you in US dollars here, I would also recommend that any new teachers, I don't care if you're new or you're old, any new teachers are going to be charging no less than $25 an hour is going to be my recommendation. If you charge lower than that, you are doing yourself a huge disservice. If you need to charge lower than that, then you need to start doing group lessons. Does that help?
And marketing to groups so as to finding all of the groups as well. And another thing too is I believe that it's grabbing as many contracts as you can. Look at each student as having a contract. You're a contractor. And as a contractor, you can also work with companies that as to fill in those hours until that's what I did. I personally started for $15 a week. And that's what I started with online. And I was living on $15 a week in Bulgaria as they took out money from the $15 a week, my husband and I, until I started making more and more money. I started from there, then I went to a company and then I did well, and then they cut all the hours because they treat you like an employee but don't give you any of the benefits. And whenever they want, they just take all the students away. I gave them 9.5 hours a day and was lucky to teach 6. And I said, I can't keep like that. I have to sit in front of my computer for 9.5 hours, but only got paid for 6. So then I started taking from the companies and going private. And then as the private started getting more, I started lessening the companies. And then when they started filling, I started making groups. And then that's when you can start really, once you build it all up, then you can start making your own demands. You can start, oh, I don't want to, oh, pass them on to other friends. Teachers are great resources for other students, and if you don't want to teach for $5 or $15, there's always somebody out there that will. And parents actually respect you for that. And they'll be like, no, 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 we want to stay with you.
Yeah, I would highly recommend to not do what Brenda did. Just because she did that doesn't mean it's a thing to do. I
No, I,
don't.
I said, no, don't do that. Don't,
Yeah,
don't.
don't
No,
work for $15 a week. You need to have a
no,
livable.
no, no. That was my first private student
Mm.
until
Oh,
I
I thought you
started
meant
working for
one student.
companies.
Oh, okay.
I had one student to start at the beginning when I started online. One.
Oh,
You
okay,
remember,
gotcha.
I started over 11 years ago online. This is before online was even popular.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I see W. Rominger has another question. So he has or he or she has a WeChat account. To switch to business and WeChat account, do I still need verifying by another WeChat user? So WeChat, yeah, it also has a business WeChat account, but I don't think it's necessary if you're just an independent tutor. Okay, so you don't need to upgrade to a business WeChat account. But on Little Red Book, in order to upgrade to a business account, you would need a business license to apply for it.
Yeah.
And it's not that straightforward if your business is not Chinese.
Chinese.
Yeah, it
I was
has
going to say it
like
doesn't
a
have to be
it
Chinese.
has a different registration process. So for this, please feel free to contact me. And I do know an agent that can help people to upgrade to a business account if you have an overseas business, because the process is not the same. Okay, you cannot directly apply by yourself if you are not a Chinese business. And another question.
Oh, hold
Okay,
on,
go ahead.
really quick on that. You may be getting messages from people who will tell you that they can verify your WeChat account and all of that. Please, please, please do not do that. Do not allow some random person, because what they will do is they have to get a verification code. Part of the process is actually letting them log into the back way of your account, whether it be WeChat or Xiaohongshu. So in order to do this, you need to have somebody that is trusted. You cannot just let some random person that is looking to verify your Xiaohongshu or WeChat account or whatever do this, because there are people out there that know that you are American and you need this done and you need help. I have actually used Dan's contact. I have a verified business account, and I can vouch for him. It was a very easy process. It was safe. He communicated with me well. So if you don't have your own contact that can do this, don't reach out looking for people. Don't ask for recommendations from people that you don't trust, and don't allow just anybody to do it, because they could hack your account instead. So that's just really important to know.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And also I think Raminger has another question. Oh, it's Wendy. Okay, sorry, Wendy. And what is the maximum number for videos to post to Reddit? There's no limit. Yeah, you can post as many you want, as long as it doesn't violate their regulations, which means you cannot go to commercial in your content. And another question is, okay, I think it's Kelly asked a question about the age. She doesn't feel comfortable teaching kindergarten age. How do I make this clear to clients and the companies? So I think it's very straightforward, just to tell them you don't teach that age. Usually agents would ask you, what kind of age are you most comfortable teaching? And then that's when you can directly tell them. And if they don't ask you, you can directly tell them, that's the age I teach, maybe teenagers, 10 to 15 years old. I don't teach kindergarten age. So it's very easy just to be explicit and honest about your expertise. Okay. Is there any other questions that I missed?
I think they sent them to you because I didn't see some of those questions.
Yeah, I
Hey,
think.
I'm Wendy.
Go ahead,
Sorry, am I
Wendy.
interrupting? Thank you so much to everyone for the answers and doing this. So I probably didn't phrase it well. I haven't posted a single video to YouTube, except, well, I have done one. So that's why I'm not phrasing it correctly. So as I teach privately already, and I've just had one parent who wanted to show me, she wanted me to give her a video of our class. And I had to jump through a zillion hoops, and I really didn't figure out how to send that. So because of isn't it megabytes? I wasn't saying how many videos can you post to Little Red Book. My question is, as far as the
How big?
memory
How
or
big? How
whatever,
big?
yeah, they're too big. The
Right.
uh,
Um,
file
the
size, that's what I should have
right.
said.
The file sizes, I think it just takes a little bit longer for it to download, but you would have to download it on your computer and then upload it into Little Red Book. The same for YouTube. And to send that as YouTube, you would just have to send it as unlisted because you don't want their video to be out there for everybody to watch. I kind of use YouTube too as a file source for one of my classes.
So you
They
don't
don't.
need to do that. You don't need to do that if you are using Fun Class, though, because the class recordings
No, the
are
classes
in
are
there.
all recorded.
So if you are using Fun Class, they will be able to
Yeah, there's
access them from
two
China.
ways.
Um, yeah, yeah, you can talk about the two ways if you want to, but they'll be able to
No.
access them from China without you having to jump through hoops and send them. Because the only way before that I could send my class recordings was to compress them and then send them
Hmm.
Kajabi, which Kajabi is an email platform that I ended up stopping because it's $199 a year. Like, it's expensive. But that was the only like host that would allow me to send something that big. Now I don't have to worry about that because the class recordings are right in there. Brenda, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, there's two ways you can do your class recordings. In my contracts that I sign with my parents, I make sure that I can use the pictures in case I need to use them, but I will automatically, it does not include the child's picture in the recording. So it'll just be you and you can hear them, but I like to see the kids, especially if they're not behaving. I think the parents need to see that video. So I make sure that every parent signs off that, for social, if I want to do it for social media, I ask, but I want to make sure that I can have video of their children in the class. You're not supposed to really be taking videos of the kids unless you've got their parents okay anyway, because they're under 18. But you have that already. You have two ways to do it. Some people, like Jan, you were telling me, some people were doing courses where it's just the teacher teaching the course, and then they can use it somewhere else because we can download the videos as well, which is really good. So you can use those for marketing later on. We and you don't have to blur out the kids because you can make it so they're not even in the video.
Yeah, so basically the recording is unlimited if you sign up to FunClass Pro plan, and the recording can be kept forever, okay, if you don't delete. And as students have a dedicated portal, they don't need to get any link from you to access the recording. They can just go to their course, and then they can see the cloud recording directly. So there's no need for the teacher to download recording, to upload somewhere and then share the link. Yeah, it kind of removes all of these inconvenience.
And the reminder that tells them an hour before class it's going to be class, so there's no excuse why they don't show up. That
Exactly.
actually tells them there's a class.
Exactly. And also I think Anna asked, what is a good or ideal time to post on Xiaohongshu? That's a great question, and I'm very glad you asked that. So usually evening time is the best time. Okay, so that's when people, usually parents, they are back to work. So they might.
Okay.
Did she freeze for everybody?
Yeah, she froze for me too.
Weekends,
Okay.
probably parents would have
Oh, there it is. She came back.
more time.
You were there and then you were
Oh,
gone.
sorry, just saw there's my connection unstable. I just said the best time to post on Xiaohongshu is China evening time, since the parents will be back from work and they might have some free time to browse on Little Red Book. Yeah, China evening time. And weekends, it's a good time as well. And I see Thea asked a question whether everyone can get Young Learner curriculum for 6 months for free if they sign up to FunClass. Yes, so only when you sign up to FunClass Annual Pro, okay, you can get the 6 month for free. Yeah, the other plans, the monthly plan doesn't count. Okay, I think we're already 17 minutes over time. Probably it's
Yes.
time to finish.
Well,
And yeah, just a great thank you for everybody who is here.
You will have to use that link that was put in there to get Brenda's curriculum for free for 6 months, because it's not going to be every single person that signs up for FunClass. It's just going to be the people that signed up from here. So make sure that you use that
this link.
Yeah, so that we know. Yeah.
It's a special gift for everyone who attends the webinar. Yeah, so that's the special link you need to use in order to get the 30-day last day free trial on today, and then tomorrow it will be reduced to 14 days.
13 months. It'll be like 13 months. It'll be 13 months for free. I mean, not for free, for the koala, for the pro. Yeah.
And I do have to say,
because she's koala teachers, so I'm going to do it.
Yeah. So I do have to say, that's my business name, by the way. Koala Teachers is my LLC. So I do have to say, I have used Brenda's curriculum. There are a couple curriculum creators that I have, used. Brenda's is one of them. Young Learners curriculum is one of them. The kids love it. It's so much fun. And I actually like this plan here, the Young Learners and FunClass. This is all stuff that I actually use in my business as well. And it has been working really, really well. The students love it. They love being able to have their pets and get their rewards during class. Yeah, it's been a game changer. Oh, you didn't mention the timeout button. There's one more thing in the class that she didn't mention. You know how you guys ever be teaching? Have you guys ever been teaching and your kids like, nah, it doesn't really seem like they're paying attention. Like,
the distractor, the tractor, it kills their pet. At least that's what they think.
You're not sure. Like, you're not sure. You're like, are they playing Minecraft or like, are they falling asleep? Like, what's going on? Like, give me a thumbs up reaction. Like, give me a reaction if like you've had that happen with a student before. There's actually a tracker in the classroom. So if the student leaves the page, it's
or is not paying attention.
Yep. The system realizes that they're not paying attention. So if they go and they start playing their games, the system's going to realize it, and it's going to like make a note of like, yeah, make a big notification. Bah, I forgot what the notification is, but it makes a notification for the student. Student's like, what was that? And goes back to the classroom. There's a big pop-up that says you weren't paying attention with their pet that's crying.
-5 points. We attack your pet. They attack their pet. So I
It
have kids
really
that go like this in class.
So it really, really helps the students, because if they leave the browser and they go to another browser, so it helps them stay focused. There's so many things. There's so many more little intricacies that weren't mentioned in here that they are. And if anybody has any questions,
Yeah, we
um,
have the master class, as well as we have the videos in the uh fun class teacher community, and Jan's done videos, Jillian's done videos, I've done videos, and then I made a course out of them. But yeah, that tractor, oh boy, I literally have two girls, they both do it. And I have to keep remembering to shut it off at the beginning. And sometimes even when you shut it off, it doesn't go off. And you keep seeing their pets get dinged and they're like, my pet's dying. I'm like, I'm sorry, here, have more points. And the thing is
oh,
you don't know how many
that's
points you're
because
giving
they're
them,
leaving.
because
That's
it's
because they're
three
leaving.
treasure chests, and some are health points and some are XP. So the kids choose, it's different each time. You don't know how much the only time you know how much XP you're giving them is when they do their homework. That's the only time you can guarantee you know how much you're giving them. But yeah, those poor kids. I have two sisters and they both go like this. And I'm like, what are you doing? And they're like, we weren't on another tab and I just got points taken off. And I'm like, I
The
don't know.
other thing that is really cool is that you have the ability to see the analytics, and it will actually,
Yes.
as an online ESL teacher, it is really important for your students to have a lot of talking time. If you work for companies, give me a reaction button there if you know where they've said you need to be talking X amount of the time and they need to be talking this amount of the time. And if you have a student who you are really looking to get their engagement, or if you are working with group lessons, you can use this to track it. So you go in the back of your classroom, in like the behind the scenes of your classroom, you can look in the analytics and see how much talking time every single participant in the class had. So you can actually use this to gauge. So if you can use this for like maybe your quarterly feedback where you send it to the parents and you say, hey, at the beginning when we started, he was only talking about 5 minutes out of class, and now he has moved his way up. He has increased by X amount percentage. So this is something that you can use to really showcase how well the student is doing and improving, and really give the parents the validation, and that your lessons are doing well, as well as making sure, like if you have group lessons, making sure that everybody's got equal talking time. Just going back to your last lesson, oh, okay, Elsa didn't talk much, I'm going to call on her more next class. Okay, I'm going to be quiet. There's more features. There's so much. What my point here is there is so much inside this system that helps you improve your online lessons and your online teaching, that it's kind of a no-brainer to not grab 30 days for free. I didn't realize that it was the last day, but yes, I'm done.
There's so much that you have to go in and discover. And we've discovered a lot of shortcuts as well on our own. The kids, we know how to, like, instead of having to hit the T each time, we know how to copy and paste. We know how to use emoji. So I'm actually giving stars. And the best thing is as they're writing, you can be on the other side. It doesn't ding you. So as they're doing writing, I'm going over to GPT to correct the writing and to give them tips on how to improve their writing. And then I'm throwing it in shared notes, because we have public notes and we have shared notes. So shared notes, I just put all of their notes there, and then I make them read their corrections there. And like on the book, on the board, they have, oh, what are they called? Little sticky notes. So one of my students likes to use sticky notes. She's on an Apple, so she can't use the typewriter is easier as her sister. I don't know why. They both have similar computers. So this one of them uses sticky notes. And it's really cute because you can go on top of it and use the emoji and put little stars all over it. So we have fun.
So I think we're going to wrap this up. I would like to thank everybody so much for coming in here. I hope that this course was helpful. I hope that you guys go out, get on RedNote, get yourself on WeChat, and start getting students into your classes. And then we have a really, really, really helpful package for you to start teaching online without a huge upfront cost, without any upfront cost, really. So make sure that you grab that while you can, especially if you're a brand new teacher. If you're experienced too, like that, either way, but especially if you're a brand new teacher and you don't have any students to support your business. This is an amazing deal that's not ever going to happen again. Like 30 days is too much to give away for free for something like this. So this will never happen again. Get it now while you can. Get your students in there, start building your business for the next 30 days. You will have the support of Yan, you will have the support of Brenda, you will have the support of myself. We are all in the Young Learners Facebook community, and we're all there to support you and help you grow and help you start your businesses.
And
So
we have our Facebook support groups.